Hey, Right Riders, Keith Wheeler here, back with another video for you. And today we're going to be talking about reasons why I like to sell books in person. That's right, we talk a lot on this channel about selling books online, on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, other places like that. But actually, one of the best places that I enjoy selling books is in person. Whether it's an author signing, convention, something like that, those are the places that I really enjoy selling my books. And here's 10 reasons why I like selling books in person. Number one, bottom line is, well, you get higher profits. You know, if I buy books at the author discount and then I go and I sell it to people in person, then I'm getting a much higher royalty, much higher profit than the royalties if I just sell it on Amazon. Because then Amazon has to, they ship it out and everything else. So there's a lot more costs that come out. Here's an example. So one of my children's books costs about $4 if I buy it as an author copy. And I normally sell it at $9.99. When I sell that through KDP and a purchase comes through Amazon, then I make about $2 a copy. But if I buy that same author copy at $4 and then I sell it at $10 in person, I'm making a $6 profit. So as you can see, that $6 is way better than $2. I mean, it's 3 times as much. And that's just reason number one. Reason number two is that I can sell more than just my book. I can sell stickers. I can sell bookmarks. I can sell coloring pages or whatever, or give them away as free gifts, whatever. I have a lot more flexibility. And again, I can make a lot more profit just by selling, these stickers with it or this bookmark, depending on what goes with that particular type of book. I have a lot more flexibility than what I can do if I just sell it on Amazon. Number three, I can sell additional books. With Amazon, if there's the also bots, where people buy this and they buy this. But I have a lot more flexibility when I'm in person with them. So I can sell, maybe another, I could do a bundle. I could sell another book in that series if there's a series, or I can just sell, another coloring book that goes along with it. And speaking of the also bots, you can actually use the Amazon also bots on your book to see what other people are buying along with your book. So if they normally buy, your book and then one of your coloring books or whatever, offer that as a bundle in person. You have so much more flexibility. And people might end up not buying your original book that you were really trying to promote, but they buy your coloring books. So again, you're making money that you might not have made just by selling it online. And every time you do make a sale, again, it's higher profits. The fourth reason why I like to sell books in person is I get to meet the readers and the users. I get to talk to them face to face, something that you absolutely can't do when they're buying it online. Now, I know many of you may be introverts and you really don't want that interaction. That's why you're doing things online. And I get that. But I can't stress enough how much confidence it builds in you when you hear people compliment your books and compliment, your coloring books or, whatever kind of books you're doing, whether it's puzzle books or written books. It doesn't matter. Getting that feedback, getting that positive interaction really can boost your confidence more than you would ever think. I end up getting more followers on all my social media and everything else, all just by doing a simple 1-hour author signing or whatever. This leads right into my number 5 reason, and that is you can learn so much from your readers and get feedback that helps you not only just like a review would, but it helps you get ideas for other books. I mean, I've gotten ideas for future children's books just by talking to the kids who read my books now or who are getting the books read to them. What would you like me to be doing next? Things like that. Things that I couldn't get if, unless they're signed up for my email newsletter. But these are just people coming in, talking to you naturally, and they just tell you what they think. And again, I can get so much more feedback. I can get feedback for other books, like a coloring book to tie in with this, or maybe a math-based book, because they're really learning whatever in school and, they're having struggles with it. I'm saying, well, did you know that I create math books as well? Again, things that they wouldn't know unless they talk to you. Number 6 is it's a great way to get your books in physical bookstores. I know a lot of people want their books in bookstores, and it's hard to do. It's hard to get your books into the physical store. It's easier to get it on barnesandnoble.com than to get it into Barnes & Noble. When you do an author signing, many times Barnes & Noble or wherever you're doing it at will stock their shelves with some of your books. So people have another way to buy the book and they make the profit off of it. So It's another good way, especially if you're doing it in little stores to begin with, little bookstores. It's a lot easier to get your books in there if they see you are bringing people into their store and they see that these people are interested in this book. So not only may they carry that book, but they might carry another one of your books as well, because this way, when these people come back, they've seen that they buy these books, and then when they come back, they've got another one of your books. You've got a lot more leverage and credibility to getting them to put your books in their stores. My seventh reason is it's a great way to gain marketing assets. And what I mean by that is you can hire somebody or just have a friend or family member take pictures and video of you at your author signing or other personal event where you're selling it. And then you can use those as promotional marketing assets later on social media or whatever. Now, if you've got pictures with people in it, you got to make sure that you get their permission to post those pictures. Other people can take pictures with you and they post it on their social media. So then they're now spreading the word and marketing for you just because they came to your event. So again, it's a great way to get marketing assets. Number 8 is it can lead to other opportunities and connections that you can make. People, they see your assets. So other bookstores see that you did, an author signing, let's say, and then they want to have you come and bring people to their store too. So they want you to do one there. But also, if you're doing something like a trade show or whatever, the other connections, the other people in that niche that you can build a rapport with can really help build your business. These are connections that you can reach out to later on for either doing another trade show or another convention or whatever, or just getting feedback from. Again, so much possibilities when you're building connections in your niche. Number 9, and this one I was a little reluctant to include because I am in no way, shape, or form a professional at this, but a lot of it is a tax write-off. If you're here in the US, a lot of times, if you're buying author copies and you're selling them, what you paid for the booth, what you paid for the books, everything else, the food that you get while you're there, all of that could be a tax write-off as a business expense. Again, I'm not an accountant. I'm not a tax expert. So, you'll want to talk to your own tax expert in your state to see if, or country to see if it is a tax write-off. But here in Missouri, it is a tax write-off for me. So I can do, a trade show. I can do an author signing, and everything I buy, part of it, I can write off as a tax write-off. So again, that's another good way to get copies of your books, physical copies, interact with your readers and users, and still at the end, it's not all coming out of your pocket. That's another good positive. Now, if you like these 9 so far, then give that thumbs up a smashy. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel and click that bell notification so you get alerted every time I put out new videos just like this one. Now, my number 10 reason is actually my favorite. It's the main reason why I do these in-person book sales. And again, whether it's sometimes I'll be selling my children's books many times, but other times I'll do them where I'm selling my puzzle books or coloring books or whatever. And the number 1 reason why I do it, the 10th reason, but number 1 to me, is because it's just plain fun. It's fun to interact with my readers. It's fun to remember why I go through this whole struggle of writing and publishing books. It's not all rainbows and unicorn farts. It's a hard work. But to see these, if I'm doing children's books, to see the kids enjoying the books, to talk to the parents, to talk to the users if I'm selling my puzzle books, to hear them tell me why they like it, to see the smiles on their faces, to sign autographs, which is just ridiculous, right? That's why I do this, not the autographs part, but I do it for the interaction. I do it. It helps me to stay focused. On those days that I want to quit, on those days that I say, it'd be a lot easier just to do a 9-to-5 job and not worry about writing all the time and coming up with new ideas. Seeing those assets, the pictures and that I had my family, friends, or professionals take, seeing that and seeing reminding myself of the interactions with my users, that's why I do it. Those are the 10 reasons why I personally like to sell books in person. Now, that doesn't mean I don't sell books online. Obviously, I do, and that's where a majority of my sales come from. Every once in a while, a couple times a year, selling books in person, it's a great way to kind of boost my morale and remind me why I'm doing it. So I hope you like these 10 reasons why I like to sell books in person. And if you like to sell books in person and you have a reason I didn't mention, let me know down in the comments. And maybe you haven't sold in person and you've got questions or concerns or whatever, let me know that in the comments as well. Now you may be wondering, but I want to sell books in person, but I got no clue where to start. I got no clue, like, is, only author signings, right? Like, there's other ways to sell books online besides author signing. And I actually have a video right here where I talk a little bit about that. So if you're interested, check that video out. If not, YouTube says that this video right here is perfect for you. I'll catch you inside one of those videos. And remember to write right.